Alright, now I'll head on down southeast Kentucky with Tim, KG4DVE. What's going on down there this evening, Tim?
Well, all the roads are clear, and it's just now starting to snow. We're so far back in the hills, it's just Snowing County. Nah, I'm just kidding. Everything's going okay. Had a beautiful day today, and making a lot of progress on my new shack that I'm building. Christy ready to go, and gonna start tomorrow or the next day, and building a new bench and shelves and stuff. So, getting excited. Hope everybody has a great evening and good week, and we'll see you Friday night on the net, 7-3 to 1-0. It's KK4WH.
Man, I tell you what, I saw a video earlier, a buddy of mine that lives up in Canada posted. Apparently they're somewhere getting some snow, given that it's Canada. Doesn't surprise me, but I tell you what, I don't know about anybody else. I don't think anybody else will share my sentiment, but I'm ready for it to get cooler again. Well, maybe not quite snowy cool yet, but just a fire. So, yeah, here it is. Innis Fall, Canada, up in Alberta. So, actually, I don't think this is. Actually, this isn't even snow. This was. It looks like snow. That's how much hail was coming down. I'm sorry, I was wrong on that. But anyways, Tim, appreciate you checking in, buddy. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you back here on Friday. All right, next up we'll head to Ashley Corner with the mayor of town, WX8G, old Gary. What's going on with you, buddy?
Good evening to you, Mike, and everybody that's checked in. Oh, I'm doing okay. Had to go to the physical therapy place. They did a examination and so forth like that. So Wednesday I start in physical therapy. So hopefully, that'll help to get me in better shape. Right now my ankle tries to swell up on me, but that's just something you got to bear with whenever you after an accident like that. And just took my vertebrae, and I had to take the Wi-Fi, my router, had to take it back down to Spectrum today, so they sent me home with another one. And I'm not sure whether it's going to be any better or not. I just stay in there. And Mike, as far as snow or cold like that, I think you need to get you a big walk-in freezer. Put you a bed in there, and anyway, that way you can sleep in there, and you'll just be comfortable as can be. All right, buddy. Have a good evening. WX8G.
All right, Gary, appreciate you checking in, buddy. Sounds like you've had a pretty busy day there, and hopefully we'll get you back on your feet here soon. And yeah, believe it or not, I keep a window AC in my bedroom. I keep the house AC up so I don't, kill my power bill. But I do have a window AC for my bedroom, keep it nice and cold. So yeah, I do technically sleep in an icebox, not like that cold, but it is cooler than the rest of the house. So I'm a cold-natured person, so with a cold heart. Gary, appreciate you checking in, buddy. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up is Gary number 2, KV8SRN up there in Muletown. What's going on with you, buddy? What fun projects have you been into?
Good evening, Mike, and everybody listening on the net. Yeah, you're right. I did finish a project today. I won't get into that. That was bore everybody with that thing. But I will say that the highlight for the weekend, my family came down, and I took my 2 grandkids, 5 and 7, fishing down to Lake Roosevelt. And I don't think I've ever caught a fish in that lake ever, as a kid, adult, anything. I'm not a big fisherman, but I have fished there a few times and never caught a fish. So my grandson, 7, he caught, I'm going to guess 4-poundish catfish and reeled that thing in, and that just made everybody's day. So good day Saturday. And with that, I'll pass it back to you. KB8SRN 73.
All right, Gary, appreciate you checking in, buddy. Sounds like you've had a pretty eventful weekend there, and appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, now we'll head over to Bernie, AA8WI. What are you getting into this evening?
Good evening, Mike, to you and everyone on the net. Not a whole lot, just been trying to help the wife out with a few things today, and taking it easy mostly. When I don't have to be out in the heat, I don't like to get out in the heat. I get enough of that when I'm at work. But anyway, congratulations to Gary's grandson on catching that catfish. Sounds like they had a good time. And John's statement about cable, I got rid of cable TV about several years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and we use a Roku and a Fire Stick and the internet, and still watch about anything we want to watch. I have a few subscriptions to, like Netflix and Amazon Prime and ESPN. But we save about $100 a month that way, and so because I still had all those extra things when I had cable TV as well. So anyway, I think cutting the cable is the way to go. It really is. So that's my 2 cents, and that's about all I have. So I'll turn it back to you, Mike, and wish everyone 73. AA8WI.
All right, Bernie, appreciate you checking in there. And yeah, I tell you what, now that I think about it, I haven't fished in forever. I really need to go fish at some point. So yeah, definitely a big accomplishment there. And yeah, I just can't justify cable myself. So. Anyways, appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up was Glenn. He was in and out, so that takes us up to Waverly, and we'll see what's going on with Bill, K8 Alpha Alpha Lima. What's going on with you, buddy?
Hey, first off, along the Spectrum line, I just kept the internet and got rid of the TV part of it and saved $168 a month, if you can believe that. I don't watch TV. I think I've watched an hour and a half in the last 4 or 5 months, probably not even that much. But I don't miss it. I don't watch it. I don't listen to all the stuff. Don't watch the shows it's on. No real need to, I guess. I just have to walk out on the street corner and I can see most of the chaos taking place. Just got back from a weekend over in Hamilton. Good weekend over there. Granddaughter had a 12th birthday. And a bunch of people there, had a good time. The big thing of the week is got the furnace and the AC back up and running. I tell you what, I come into a refrigerator when I got home, had to notch it up a little bit just to warm up. But I guess that's better than having it 88 degrees inside the house. But with that, I'll turn it back to net control. Nothing else really going on up here in Waverly. It's still here. It's cooling down. It's a beautiful evening. And I think I'm going to go back on the deck and put my feet up and just relax a little bit. With that, back to net control. Kilo Echo 8 Alpha Alpha Lima.
All right, Bill, appreciate you checking in there. And I'm glad to hear you saved a bunch of money without switching to Geico. And, yeah, I'll tell you what, it definitely is a beautiful evening. I'm getting ready to go out, sit with the neighbors, have a cold one, and enjoy this beautiful weather. And it was a rough Monday, even though it's my Thursday, so I need the excuse. But, Bill, appreciate you checking in, buddy. Glad to hear you got back safe, too. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up is Jim on the west end of Huntington there. KD8KUM, what's going on, buddy?
It was so cold over here. It's so cold this morning. I thought I was going to have to. I about turned the heat on. I woke up and it was so cool. But it got all the way down to 68 degrees in the back room, and down to about 75 in the front. I only got an air conditioner back in the back, so and when it gets up 100 degrees, it can barely keep it at 88 or so, and up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 or so. And up in the front bedroom. So that's my normal temperature. And, I like 75 about best, but 68 my grandfather, when he was 97, in the summertime, he had to have the air conditioning down to 60, and in the wintertime, he had to have the heat up to 80. But he couldn't stand 80 in the summertime. So that's about all we got here today. KD8 KUM, back to you, Mike.
All right, Jim, appreciate you checking in, buddy. Yeah, it was a little chilly this morning, and I was loving it because we had a mess at work this morning, and dealing with it made it a little easier to deal with since I got to be outside. But yeah, well, that is the way she goes. And before you know it, we'll be turning our heat back on for too long. It'll be right around the corner before you know it. So, Jim, appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, well, we're at the bottom of the list. This is KN4IMU hosting the Tri-State 2-meter net. And real quick, pass along, here in 5 minutes will be the Cabell County Aries Races net. That'll be over on the linked repeaters in Cabell County, WAVA 146.940, the N8OLC 146.985, and the KB8TGK 443.850, as well as KB8TGK-R on EchoLink. So here in a few minutes, if you can reach any of those repeaters, give them a shout and say hi. I'm sure they'd love to have you. All right, well, we're at the bottom of the list. Still taking check-ins for tonight's net. So if anybody else would like to check in, please call now.
Kilo Delta 8, Whiskey Tango Golf Tom Muletown Mobile.
Kilo 4, Sierra Papa Whiskey, HT.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Golf X-Ray Romeo, Frank, good evening.
All right, we had Tom, KD, WTG Mobile, Larry, KK4SPW Portable, and Frank, WB4GXR, and a good evening to you, Frank. Any other stations that would like to check in? All right, well, we'll head back up to Muletown or wherever he's roaming about tonight. KD, WTG, Tom, you out on patrol this evening?
You're not supposed to tell everything. Daggone it. I expect us to catch them high-speed speeders. Come on now. Yeah, I'm headed toward Muletown, actually, and headed that direction. I went to a meeting over in Lucasville, an organization I belong to, and so on my way back from there, so I had to stop by Wendy's and get me a natural lemonade and a Frosty, chocolate Frosty. Back to net control, KD8WTG.
All right, Tom, appreciate you checking in, buddy. I tell you what, ice cream doesn't sound bad right now. I may have to go do that now that you mention it, but haven't really done anything. Haven't got ice cream in a while, so. Tom, appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up is Larry, KK4SPW. What's going on with you, Larry?
Net controller, Mike, appreciate you operating the net and everybody out there on the net checking in and out and over there. Yeah, I'm on the back end of the surgery myself and doing well, healing well, getting back at. Of course, wearing them masks like crazy at the hospital. Yeah, had to wear one in surgery and everything. He flipped me over and cut me, put 10 staples on my backside, but I'm healing, coming out of it. Yeah, wanting everybody out there, hope everybody's safe. And that heard the operator of the grandson fishing out there. Congratulations on that catfish. And yeah, still nice out here on the Tarpin Ridge. Beautiful sunset, a little warm, I guess, as usual. But hope everybody stays safe out there. I guess throw on a mask if you go out, if you have to. But yeah. Heard some future thing on a side note there, the QRZ.com, some operator had an article about the future ham radio. If somebody wants to look on there and see, may find it interesting. Decline, software-defined radios causing our other frequencies not being used, so we better try to hold on to our spectrum, the best we can. Use UHF and whatever. But with that, back to net control, 73 KK4SPW.
All right, Larry, appreciate you checking in. Good to hear you're recovering there, and you have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up we'll go to Frank, WB4GXR. What are you up to, Frank?
It's WB4GXR. Good evening, Mike, and everybody on the net. We just got in from doing a little bit of yard work and enjoying this cooler weather. We're going to have a present, nice, pretty evening tonight. And just got a question. Can you make the Huntington repeater with about 25 watts from Ashland? The reason I'm asking, kind of looking at the possibility of a little mobile / base radio for the station. Might be down the road right now, so got some things around the house to do, but just kind of curious about that. Just good evening, everybody, and have a good evening. WB4GXR, back to net.
This is KN4. I'm you hosting the Tri-State 2 Mirror Net. Frank, appreciate you checking in. To answer your question, with a good outdoor antenna, you should be able to hit their net. If you can't make it into WAVA, which is 146.760, with a PL of 131.8, you can try the one over. The other one is N80LC, and it's on the VA Medical Center there in Spring Valley, so you might be able to reach that one. That's one I usually have to use when I'm mobile. It's 146.985 negative tone and a... I'm pulling it up here real quick because I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, it's also 131.8, so you should be able to... do that, and you might be able to reach it. You might even be able to reach it with 5 watts. The only way to know is to try. So, Frank, appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, well, we're once again at the bottom of the list, and still taking check-ins for tonight's Tri-State 2 Meter Net. So if anyone else would like to check in, please call now.
KM4UCT, this is Philip. Am I hitting the repeater all right?
Yeah, Philip, got you in there, KM4UCT. A little bit scratchy, but I can copy you, man. If you want to, we'll go ahead and let you say hi, just in case we lose you.
Doing some yard work for you. Thought I'd check in. I don't think I've checked in maybe but once this year. So I grabbed the radio and was walking out the door to do it. Thought I'd check in. I'll send that email out here in a little while when I'm done. UCT, back to net control.
Well, you were cutting in and out there, but we kind of got the gist of it. Yeah, it's been a while since you checked in, man, but yeah, we know how life's been for everyone, so not a problem at all. But Phil, appreciate you checking in, buddy. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, well, we're still taking check-ins for tonight's net. If anyone else would like to check into the net, please call now. Alright, I'll go and throw myself down real quick. Same old, kind of a cluster of work today. They got something goofed up in the computer, so it made things a little bit of a mess, but it still wasn't too bad. A little bit cooler than it has been, but yeah, that's the way she goes. But go to work tomorrow, and got Wednesday off, so I can look forward to that. So I don't mind the schedule too much, but they're supposed to be getting us 2 days off a week. They're working on getting everything sorted to where it'll happen that way, but you know how that goes. So, let's see. Once again, the Cowell County Aries Races net's going on now on the Cowell County Links repeaters. And tomorrow night at 8 o'clock will be the Portsmouth Radio Club 2 Mirror Net here on the Ashland and Portsmouth repeaters. So if you get a chance to check in with Russ, KB8AAK, he'll be your net control for the evening. Alright, well, we'll do one final call for check-ins. I'm sure everyone's out enjoying the beautiful weather, so yeah, nothing wrong with that. But if anybody else would like to check into the net before we close out, please call now.
W8XDB, Dave.
Dave, got you in there, WAXDB. Good to hear you on here, man. Any other stations that would like to check in? All right, Dave, mic's all yours. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Good day today. I never got into a whole lot, very little. I've done all my grass cutting the other day, trim and all that good stuff. Almost missed the net this evening there. Had a late supper and, I was busy feeding my face. Of course, I had to take medicine after that, but just so happens I made it. But that's what I've been into. That's all I got. I'm headed to check on the parents, make sure everything's hunky-dory there, too. So, everybody have a real good evening. I'll turn it back over to you, Mike. 73, WAXDB.
All right, Dave, appreciate you checking in, buddy. Good to hear you on here, and good to hear you were able to make it here in time. But, you be careful out there. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, well, more call for check-ins for tonight's Tri-State 2-meter net. If anybody else would like to check into the net, please call now. One last call for check-ins for the Tri-State 2-meter net before we close the net out. If anyone else would like to check into the net, please call now.
KG4DVE recheck.
Go ahead, Philip.
Nothing much. I changed antennas. I wanted to see if this antenna did any better getting into the repeater.
Still got a little bit of static, but you're a lot more stable. You are pretty quiet, though. But other than that, it's working. It's working pretty well, man.
Okay, I guess the cheaper antenna is working better than the Nagoya. Either way, I guess that'll work. Thanks. KG4UCT, back to net control.
No problem, man. It happens, and that's the whole point of the net. Testing and make sure everything works. So you never know when we're going to need it. All right, one more call for check-ins, and if we get nobody else, we'll close the net out. So anybody else who would like to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net, please call now. Okay, not hearing anybody else, we'll close the net out for the evening. I'd like to thank everyone that checked into the Tri-State 2-meter net, and those that stood by while the net was being conducted. We had a total of 17 check-ins tonight, including myself, so not too bad for a Monday night. Don't forget the Cabell County Aries Racing's net going on now. Don't forget the Portsmouth Radio Club 2-meter net tomorrow night at 8. And we'll be back Wednesday night at 8 o'clock for the next meeting of the Tri-State 2-meter net. So at this time, I will now turn all repeaters connected back to normal radio use. I'd like to wish everyone a good evening. Stay cool, wash your hands, keep your distance, wear your mask, all that fun stuff. Stay hydrated. That's very important too. And we'll see you guys next time. This is KN4IMU, Net Control, and I'll be clear.